Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience, the beginning of Advent and the Holy Days. We're going to sing our favorite song to start the day. Your soul is welcome here.
That's right. You're in the right place at the right time, just where you were meant to be. Let's sing about it. It's December, by the way. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. Your soul is welcome. All souls are welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome. Oh, my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Yes, it is. My soul is welcome here. Ooh. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. It's welcome. It's welcome here.
Well, good morning, Reverend Deborah. Good to see you this morning as our souls are welcome here. And I know some folks might have been stuck by the marathon, but we know they're on their way.
And good morning to you, Reverend James. It's great to be here. And we greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people, worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and the beautiful temples of nature, because we know that there is no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether you're watching us online or here in person, we especially want to welcome you, because we know that you are not here by accident. We know that every one of us is here by
Divine appointment.
We're always so grateful and excited to be able to get together, and that gratitude extends to silencing your electronic devices. And please, refrain from flash photography during the service.
In this energy of gratitude and appreciation, let's connect with this presence and realize that we're living and moving and having our beingness in a power that is beyond words, but is so very real. And it contains everything we could ever hope for, want, or desire. We can lean on this presence no matter what we're going through or growing through in life. It is dependable. It is changeless. It's known by many different names. We may call it the Atman presence, the Buddhic field, closer than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. We may call it the God or the divine within. But whatever we call it forth as the activity of our awareness in our thoughts, in our words, in our actions. And as we do, we radiate this energy of the Spirit of the living God in all that we do, wherever we are. And we can say without a doubt, when you see me, when you see us, you see the presence that sent us. For this presence and I and all of us are one. So we go forth with absolute faith, absolute certainty that this presence is for us and can never, ever, ever be against us, and is lifting us higher so we may manifest the highest and best of who and what we are as expressions of the divine. For this and so much more, we're grateful and thankful as we go forth doing our part to magnify the all good. Amen. Well, we have a very important purpose here at Spiritual Life Center as reflected in our mission statement, and invite us together to affirm it. Let's say it aloud. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in our world as we love, serve, and remember. And we carry out that mission and purpose by embodying and living these 5 universal principles to the best of our ability and making them part of our awareness and consciousness. Again, let's affirm them together. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action. Well, this being the first week in December, we honor all the December birthdays. Any December birthdays today? If so, stand. If we don't, December birthdays. Yes.
December babies.
Yes, we're going to sing our birthdays to you.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. For those of you live streaming, birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya.
And of course, along with the birthday song on the first Sunday of the month, we have the beautiful flowers that Shirley Brown always brings to us. Thank you, Shirley. These are gorgeous.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much.
And for Wow Wednesday, we're testing a new format that we hope to bring on a regular basis next year. Someone asked me, they said, we really would like a night of meditation. And I said, well, Reverend Janae does Thursday nights. She said, no, we want a guided meditation and we want some silence. And I said, okay, so we're going to try out this week. It's going to be, I'm going to do an extended guided meditation. We'll have a little bit of music, and then Reverend Janae will do one of her heart-centered meditations, and we'll have 15 minutes of silence in there somewhere. So the community meal is at 6, and join us for some quiet time at 7.
Yes, commune with the presence.
Absolutely.
Well, just a reminder that our charitable giving program is way underway, and they're going to have a program on a week from Monday between 10 and 11:30 to get more information about what it's about. But it's an opportunity for Spiritual Life Center to accept gifts of real estate. And in this particular presentation, we'll introduce and answer questions about this charitable gifts of real estate opportunity, and explain to the donors the benefits they'll get from them. So just come in and get more information. It might be helpful for you. It definitely will help Spiritual Life Center. It also may be helpful for others who would like to make a donation to a charitable organization such as Spiritual Life Center. So all the information will be available at that session on a week from Monday.
I think it's going to be an interesting afternoon or morning. And the jewelry sale is in effect. This is the jewelry sale that that benefits the YOU. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, and thank you for all the donations. We also are going to have a raffle. Someone has donated a vintage Sagen piece. It's sterling silver with bevel inlaid stones, and it's sitting in there. You can go in and buy your raffle tickets there. It's hand-carved bone face with a beautiful piece of abalone, and that picture just doesn't do it justice. So go across into the YOU room and check it out. Raffle tickets are $10 each. each, or you can get 3 for $25. And of course, all of the proceeds from that sale go to the YOU. And then at the same time, we are taking orders for T-shirts. There's a few out there that you might be able to purchase, but mostly it's here's the colors, here's the styles, make your choice, place the order, and then when we have enough, we'll place the order, and they'll be in who knows when, probably hopefully before Christmas, but I'm not making that promise from the platform.
We're going to hold that as what's going to happen. We
Right.
just affirm it,
Yeah.
know it's going
Yeah.
to be the case.
And of course, thank you for our model, Patty Peters.
Yes. All right. Well, we know we have a number of activities taking place during this holiday season, and what's coming up immediately is the Advent Garden Spiral, and it's a beautiful sacred ceremony for the entire community, and it portrays the kingdoms of earth waking to the coming of the inner light. And so we're going to be able to journey to the center with a candle, meet this light, and bring it out into the world, and it's going to be music by Paula and Catherine Mandela. So that's going to be a wonderful experience, as it is every year. So that's going to be on December 13th between 7 and 8 p.m.
And just a reminder about our food drive that will be benefiting St. Mark's Methodist Church food closet. The barrel is out there, and bring your non-perishables and put them in the barrel anytime between now and December 24th. And somebody came in the middle of the week and said, I know it's not the day to bring things. Any day is the day to bring that. So if we're open, bring the stuff and put it in the barrel. Thank you.
And between now and the end of the year, we're continuing our Fund a Mission. And it's an opportunity, if there's some special part of our community that you would like to support with your donations, you can do so. And it's on our website. You simply can scroll down and see all the options where you can designate specific funds for that particular part of our community. And you can also watch the video of the gala just to get a remembrance of what we took place there if you didn't have a chance to be there. Or if you already watched it, you can watch it again and just get inspired once again. So just support our Fund a Mission program.
And remember, there are many activities that foster transformation in our lives here at Spiritual Life Center. So check out our weekly group, and other offerings. Our happenings are on the website, of course. If you're here in person, you can go out, look at the bulletin board, and go chat with the people over at the hub to find out everything that's going on.
And we know that many folks come to Spiritual Life Center to make connections with other people of like minds and on the pathway of their own spiritual growth and development, such as what they're going to do Wednesday with the gathering and what we do with our different classes, workshops, and special events. But you don't have to wait until then. You can connect with someone right here, right now. So in a manner that feels comfortable for you, just turn to a friend, neighbor, or friend-to-be and say, you are marvelous and glad you are here.
And we invite you to stay standing and take all that wonderful energy that you just got from one another and sing our group song with us, Holy God, Move in Me by Richard Burdick. Let's send Richard some juju. Here, I don't know which way Georgia is. I think it's that way. Please join us in singing. Holy God, move in me. Holy God, move in me, that you may know my faith, and I may know your grace. Holy God, move in me. you may know my faith, and I may know, and I may know your grace. Holy God, move in me. Holy God, move in me. Holy God, move in me. Please be seated.
All right, let's take a nice deep breath together as we settle into our chairs. We're going to speak together our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everything, no exceptions, weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom. We cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
And now, in preparation for meditation, why don't we all just take a nice deep breath? Settle into your chair, become present in this room right now. Sing this beautiful chant by Janice Kelly. I'll give you love. Please join us in singing. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you light. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope. I'll give you when all your hope is gone. I'll give you life. Give you life. I'll give you life. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you light. I'll give you light. I'll give you love, pure love, pure
As we settle into this time of quiet, breathe naturally and simply be aware of how you relax with each breath. Melt into your seat. Allow the soft music to pull you inward into your spiritual heart center, that area within that has never been touched by the busyness of this world. And as you take a breath and drift up and away, come with me into the hall of instruments. The hall of instruments is all glass and sunlight, and it is open on all sides to the air. Gentle breezes waft through, keeping the hall cool and comfortable. Around the perimeter are smaller rooms, each with a sign over the door. And looking around, you see instruments of healing, instruments of music, instruments of knowledge. But one in particular catches your attention. So you prayerfully enter the room labeled Instruments of Hope and Faith. The room seems empty, but as you come deeper into the space, you discover 3 large lanterns standing in a triangular formation. And in the middle is a drawing of 2 footprints. So you enter the triangle and face one of the lanterns. In a quiet, prayerful pose, you wait. And now the lantern comes to life, sending a beam of pure red light that fills your entire body. And a soft voice says, "Where there is hate, sow love. It costs you nothing and brings you everything." Your entire being swells with divine, unconfined love. And now you turn, and another lantern comes to life. This one sends a beam of pure violet that moves in and around you. And again, you hear the voice, and it says, "Where there is doubt, sow faith. It costs you nothing and brings you everything." Faith and confidence swell up within you. The third lantern comes to life in a deep emerald green, and you turn to face it. This green light enters your heart right to the center, and it spreads to every corner of your body. And once again, this soft voice says, "Where there is dark, sow light. It costs you nothing, and it brings you hope." Your own inner light ignites and expands to join the 3 colors. And now a rainbow dances in and around you until they all the colors, resolve into one bright white light. Your heart, mind, and soul, immersed in this light, become one with the all. In this moment, there is no you. There is only being in the silence. Faith and hope come together to strengthen and sustain us, and we are grateful. And as you begin to return to your body, as you take a breath, receive this blessing. O my beloved, when you see hate, sow love. When you see doubt, sow faith. When you see dark, yet sow light. You sow hope for your world. As you sow hope and faith, you become a beacon of light for those who feel lost and empty. You are a rainbow, the holy symbol for hope. The world needs your light. Let it shine. Remember this, always.
This is a story of a bird with no wings, but certain that it could fly, sailing on love into the headwinds, forcing its way by and by. If only we were as strong as this bird, our spirit would never die. What do we name it? Hope is the right word. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird in the sky. Hope is a bird, flies higher than others, and keeps all our dreams alive. Free of all doubt, perfectly fearless, fed by its will to survive. Imagine ourselves becoming this bird. We can when we dare to try. See ourselves flying over the mountain. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird in the sky. Only hope can light the way. Only hope can heal the heart. Only hope can keep the clouds from hiding the moon and the stars. Only we were as strong as this bird, our spirit would never die. What do we name it? Only one word. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird. Hope is the bravest, most beautiful bird in the sky. Only hope can light the way. Only hope can heal the heart. Only hope can keep the clouds from hiding the moon and the stars. This was a story of a bird without wings and rose above everything, never once giving up.
Thank you for the wonderful song, Hope, and just being the light. Lurie and Ann. Oh, this is the season of the lights. Just something about, this time of the year, when you start seeing the lights going up in different parts of the city and homes, I think it uplifts the energy in some way, shape, or form, maybe not consciously. We seem to be in a high tide of consciousness. With Christmas and Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, any other celebration, it affects us all. And I think it does bring us a sense of hope for the possibilities for the human spirit. As I was thinking about to share today, I ran across a story about a woman named Janelle Prater. And she had a vision for her business. And so she opened up a dessert shop in Houston, Texas, and it was called the Puttery. I think something like the Pootery. I don't remember that. I think it's the Puttery, and she made sugary sweet creations. Maybe not the healthiest thing in the world, but I succumbed to them many times. And she was publicly sharing her struggles that was facing her business, and she said that some days she only had maybe 2 or 3 customers that would come the entire day. And she didn't know how she was going to pay her bills. She didn't know how she was going to keep going. And she talked about how she had left a very good job to pursue her business, and she had done this like twice. She had walked away from a career. She walked away from her benefits, and at one point she said she was dang near homeless. She didn't say dang, but you understand. And she said she was couch surfing at times, and some days she couldn't even put gas in her car. But she said it was her choice, it was her decision, so she was okay with that. Because she had a dream. She had a dream in her heart that would not go away. And it looked like that dream was not going to happen. She looked at her lack of customers, and even though she knew she had unique and tasty desserts, she reached a point where she had little or no hope. And she began to think that her vision would never happen. And she began to fill her mind with doubts and thoughts that her dream would not come true. But then one day she had a revelation. She had an idea. Something just dropped into her mind. She had this idea to contact this hugely successful online food critic. His name is Keith Lee, and he would come to stores and he would review different foods. And he was hoping that she would come and review the desserts that she had. Because this guy had like 15 million followers on his social media. And what would happen, he would have the Keith Lee effect, that if he came and gave you a good review, your business would skyrocket. So she had this idea to contact him to come to her business. But there's only a couple problems. Number one, he was traveling across the country, and the probability of him being in Houston was small, and the likelihood of him showing up at her particular spot was also very small, and plus, he was not a fan of desserts. But she reached out to him anyway. And lo and behold, bam, he came to Houston. And what he does, he visits these places undercover. Because he doesn't go in because people can recognize him, and he sent his wife or his mom or his daughter, I think, to go and pick up some food, bring it to his car, and then he videotapes himself eating and at the same time giving a review as he's eating the food. Well, to make a long story short, he loved the desserts, and he promoted it on his social media. And the next day, people came from miles around. There was a line out the door, down the block, around the corner. Folks stood in the rain, and she constantly ran out of inventory of her desserts. There were so many dessert eaters, flocking to her business. And right after that, there were stories about the Pootery and on local TV stations and the newspaper, leading to more and more customers. And of course, she's a smashing success now and even has mail order business that you can order some of her tasty desserts. And I'm going to put mine in because I went online and they said, out of order, out of business. We've run out of inventory, maybe a month or so before we get some to you. But she had success beyond what she had imagined. Even though she had reached a point where she didn't think she was going to be successful. Excuse me. So what Janelle Prater did, she redirected her mind from a sense of hopelessness to seeing possibilities, to a full-fledged belief that, in fact, her vision could be fulfilled, and it was. She put in action her gifts of hope. She put in action her gifts of faith. And so this is our first of our series of Advent, in which, Advent is leading up to Christmas, and usually the first topic is on hope. And, which mass celebration of the Christ coming up, which is that part of God within all of us. Or it's that divine presence that dwells in all of us. And in our tradition, in New Thought and Unity, we're inspired by this statement that comes from Hebrews, the 11th chapter, and the first verse that says, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Where Charles Phillips, the co-founder of Unity, said that faith is the perceiving power of our mind merged with the ability to shape substance. In other words, our mind can begin to shape what we cannot see into something real. So we contemplate both hope and faith as we prepare our hearts and minds for Christmas. And we can call it what I call the hope-faith continuum. Because when we have that hope, we get glimpses of new possibilities. And these glimpses can inspire us, redirect us, motivate us to adopt new ways of thinking and behaving and trying new things that we never thought about doing before, such as what Janelle did to contact that food critic. Because what she did, she redirected her faith faculty from the possibility of giving up what she was thinking about to the possibility of bringing this forth, or a successful business. And as she increased her hope on this continuum, she entered the realm of belief. And we know that we can sum up the essence of these teachings that we're part of that says, it is done unto you as you believe. As you believe. In fact, let's say together, I believe. I believe. See, we don't just want to stop at the level of belief, though. Because sometimes there's a tension between the contradictory beliefs that we say on one hand, I believe in an abundant universe, but we may not like the way things are going right now, and we may look at the situation, the appearances, like Janelle did. There's only one or two customers coming, and anxiety begins to creep in, betraying the belief that we have this abundant universe. And the way to resolve these seeming contradictions is to activate and direct our faith faculty. When we direct our faith faculty, we're not judging by what we can see. We're seeing with right judgment, which means we often must put our faith in that which we cannot see. We must put our faith in that which seems not to be possible. There was a story about a man who was in the military, and he went off to battle. And he moved through the battlefield, and he would do something weird. He would just stop and pick up pieces of paper along the way. And, battles going on all around him. And every time he'd pick up the piece of paper, he'd look at it, and then he'd just let it go. He'd let it flutter in the wind. And the other soldiers who were with him, they were saying to each other and to their commander, this guy is crazy. He's going to get hurt. But every day when he went out onto the field, he would just do the same thing. He would pick up the piece of paper and look at it and release it, and it would blow away in the wind. And the others are now saying, he needed some help, some psychological, mental help. And they made him go to a psychiatrist, and he was there for several sessions. And then he was sent right back out into the field. But nothing changed. And in the middle of all of this mayhem, he continued to pick up those pieces of paper, read them, let them go. And then finally, the commander said, look, this guy is not fit for service. We have to let him go, release him, discharge him. And he went into the office, and they gave him his discharge papers. And he looked at the discharge papers and said, oh, here it is. Here it is. He believed. He had faith. You know, the God presence is always saying yes to our deeply held beliefs and our mental states. And I think this is how we spiritually commune with this undescribable presence that we call God. To commune with God is more than uttering a verbal prayer or affirmation, which is always a good start. But we don't stop there. We want to be spiritually ready to receive our good through our beliefs and our mental vibrations. Because I believe the universe does not hear language. It hears and reacts to our consciousness. So it's not enough to do all the outer things, because spirit responds not to what we believe or say. It responds to what we're vibrating at a deep level. Or put another way, the universe responds by corresponding to our vibration, to our mental state, what's going on with us and as us. So we have to ask, where am I directing my mind? Where am I directing my belief, my faith? Most people think that we have to have faith in something, that we have to have faith in God, and that if we have enough faith in God, God will show up. God will answer our prayers. God will solve our problems. God will meet our needs. And if we're good enough, and if we're worthy enough, and we haven't made too many mistakes, God will rescue us. But faith is a spiritual faculty that is already here within us. It is whole and it is complete. We have all the faith we're ever going to need or have. So the question really is this: how am I going to direct my faith power, my faith energy? You know, sometimes in life, we direct our faith energy into things like, oh, I'm not good enough. We may direct our faith energy in, oh, I'm lacking in some way. We may direct our faith energy in saying I'm limited, or I'm destined for problems or negative things happening in my life. If I didn't have any bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. We put our faith in those sort of things. Are we going to direct it toward lack, limitation, problems, or negativity? If so, what will show up is lack, limitation, problems, and negativity. But if we focus our attention on what's possible, then that will show up in our lives as well. To put it another way, we are going to put our faith either on our limits, or we're going to put our faith in the opportunities. And it all goes back to consciousness. It all goes back to, where are we going to focus our faith power? As we know, this cliche goes, and the reason it's a cliche, because it does have some truth to it. It said, whether you believe you can, whether you believe you can't, you are right. Remember years ago, I was getting ready to go to law school, and, about a month or two before that happened, my father passed away. And I had been saving up, money for it, and the family needed it at that time. And so, a lot of that fund money that I needed, I didn't have, because I was supporting, my other family members. And I said, well, I'm just not going to go, right now. And then, my sister said, why don't you just get in your car and just go and show up? Just show up. You have nothing to lose. The worst you could need to happen is that you have to fill your car up again and come back. And so I went and spoke to the powers to be in the school and let them know the situation. And what you have to understand, that there's always money somewhere. And so they were able to find the money I needed to do to get through. I had some the first semester, but I didn't know how it was going to last, and it kept coming. What I learned, and I didn't know anything about New Thought or all of this kind of stuff during that time. But I look back, I realized I learned something. Oftentimes what we need to do is simply go for it. Decide to go in the direction of an idea that has been revealed to us. And sometimes we may think that making a decision and wishing are the same thing. They're not. You see, when we decide on something, what we do, we cut away every single thing unlike the thing that we're certainly deciding on. And sometimes when we make the decision, resources will come when the vision and the purpose is for us. Because we can't make a decision based upon what we can see. The decision pulls the invisible out of us. An individual makes a decision based upon what they see, and they don't go anywhere, because they're basing themselves on what's visible only. When we make a conscious decision to do something that's in alignment with our purpose and vision, we're making a covenant with our higher self. We're making a covenant with the I am, and the I am, which is the name and the image of God, will begin to show up. Sometimes we can't wait for it to show up or wait for signs to show up, because the signs will show up after we've made the decision, after we've moved in the direction of what we decided upon. And once we make the decision, everything works together for our good. We suddenly get the signs to go here. Serendipitous things begin to happen. If you have to have a certain lump on your head for something to show up in your life, it'll show up because we've made a decision. You know, Howard Thurman, who was the mentor of Dr. King, Martin Luther King, said something to the effect that if you have the strength to affirm the high prerogative of your spirit, a host of invisible angels will wing to your defense, because in you, God has come into its own. You know, on this hope, faith continuum, we want to leverage our own faith faculty in our lives and in the world to bring about the unseen into the visible world. So to do that, we have to transform doubt by directing our faith energy to what we want to see. You know, doubt comes up. We all have that. Well, most of us, I don't know about most of us, have doubt. And when doubt rears up, whenever we begin to strive for something bigger, better, stronger beyond what we're doing. And doubt recognizes that in those moments when our ambition rises, our faith energy is directed to that ambition, doubt's very existence is in peril. It thinks it's going to be destroyed. So the only thing that it can do is to try to knock us off our path and to sing its pessimistic song, I'm not sure, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Sometimes that song can be unsteadying to us. And we end up getting trapped into a loop of negative thoughts and negative feelings. And we're saying, I'm not sure if it's time for me to do something different with my life. I'm not sure if that person may say no to me if I ask them for help or favor. I don't know if it's a good idea to follow my passions or what my heart is telling me to do. And doubt begins to prevail whenever the doubting thoughts turn into words, our own or some other people's words, and they start with usually, what if? What if it doesn't work? What if I can't handle it? What if they don't like me? What if I lose? What if I can't turn back? What if they take advantage of me? Sure, I'm sure that woman that had that store for the desserts faced those questions. And people would probably come at her and say, you better go ahead and go back to your job. But the sages tell us that when doubt has a hold on us, that we need to redirect our faith energy and tear away from doubt and put our faith in our conviction and trust in knowing that there's a belief that we can bring the invisible into our life. And it comes whenever we make a choice. We choose to believe something and hold on to that belief tightly, even in the face of the unknown. It's true, on the three-dimensional plane, we have challenges. And when we have those challenges, others around us may say to you or to me, you know, dear, be realistic. Of course, what they're saying in code, be negative. Let me tell you why this is not going to work. And they give you a litany of reasons why it's not going to work. So often we place our faith faculty on the challenges, so that's all we see. We see the challenges. We see the limited resources. We see the people or the organizations working against us. That boss is terrible or the systems are down. So yes, there are challenges in this world, in our life. But there are always a flip side called opportunities. New sources of leverage and ideas just waiting to be embraced and where we can give our attention to. So the question is, where do we direct our faith power? On the limits or on the opportunities? The fear or the love? Whatever we rehearse and focus on are the ones that shape our attitudes and lead to our actions. So how many times a day do we think about or announce the limits we face, the people that we cannot be trust, or the problems that are weighing us down. The challenge with focusing on the appearances is only that they always keep us from focusing on the opportunities, on a chance to contribute and to make something better that is beyond what the physical eye can see. Yes, the challenges exist, but they also alert us to opportunities that are in the invisible realm that are waiting to be expressed. And so I just simply leave you with this. I've often said over the years that if we want to describe faith, we want to describe this something that is so real, it's that when you believe in more in what you don't see, that is the invisible, when you believe more in that than what you do see, what you do see, you won't see. And what you don't see, you will see. You'll see that invisible. And that is our faith power and what it can do for us. Have a great season. Well, next week, we're going to be back and considering on this theme of Advent and just talk about peace and the season of light regarding peace, which is not only needed in our world, but even our individual lives. So we'll be talking about what we can do to bring about peace on the planet that I think all our hearts desire. If you want prayer immediately after the service, our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you. Just look for someone that has the white stole, and they'll be available to pray with you in the courtyard. And like I always say, you don't have to wait until you have a challenge to try to pray out of it. You can just pray and just elevate and activate something that's good in your life and to celebrate it and bring it more energy, because whatever we do focus on, we attract more of it into our life. For those who are online would like to stay in contact with Spiritual Life Center, know what's going on, you can fill out a welcome card that's on our website. Just go to slcworld.org and the Connect tab. But more importantly, I just want to ask, are anyone here for the first time today? Any first-timers here this morning? We want to give you a little something. Any first-timers? New people? Well, okay. Well, like I said, if you're different today than you were yesterday, then you're new. So we're going to acknowledge all the new people, and that includes all of us. I think they say something to the effect that every 7 years, all of our cells are replenished or something like that. So we're constantly renewing. So we continue to say, Happy New You. For those who are online who would like to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift or a love offering, you can simply text SLC Love to 44321. Just through your phone, text SLC Love to 44321. And they'll give you the instructions to support us with your gift. Or you can go to our website, slcworld.org, go to the Donate tab, and it'll give you other ways to give, including by mail. And so if you're online watching us, like us, share, comment. It helps us spread this message to more and more people who are open and receptive to receiving it, and we thank you for your presence. And for those who are here today, if you want to give, we invite you to take your gift or your love offering and just symbolically hold it up to heaven, which is always expansion or expanding good. And if you've already given, know that you're in a flow or principle that says whatever you give out does indeed come back. And so with that awareness, let's affirm our offertory blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
Sunday morning, I heard the preacher say, "Thou shalt not kill." I don't wanna hear nothing else about killing and how it's God's will. 'Cause our children are watching us. They put their trust in us. They're gonna be like us. So let's learn from our history and choices we make bring our vision of love and peace. 'Cause our children are watching us. They put their trust in us. They're gonna be like us. It's okay for us to disagree. We can work it out lovingly. I hope for more love, more joy and laughter. I hope you'll have more than you ever need. I hope you'll have more happy ever after. I hope you can live more fearlessly, and you can lose all the pain and misery. I hope there must be a way to change what's going on. No, I don't have all the answers. No, I don't. But I hope for more love, more joy and laughter. I hope you'll have more than you ever need. I hope you'll have more happy ever after. I hope we can all live more fearlessly, and we can lose all the pain and misery. I hope, and we can lose all the pain and misery. I hope.
Hope springs eternal. And no matter what we're going through or growing through in our life, there is something that we can lean on that is more powerful than the obstacles that we face in our life. It is that hope of God, it is that hope of that Spirit of the living God that lives within each and every one of us. And when we recognize the power of this presence and power that is within each and every one of us, we are not concerned about what it looks like on the outside, because we know that there's something far more powerful than that within us. So we never worry about how big the seeming problems are in our life. We never say to our God how big our problems are. We say to our problems how big and powerful the God presence is for each and every one of us. We have hope no matter what we're going through. That presence is for us, and it can never, ever, ever be against us. We just need to believe in it. And as we put our faith energy in that belief, it doesn't matter what the obstacles are. We can go over it, through it, around it, hope it disappears, because it is an illusion when it comes to the presence and the power and the love of God. It has no power over us. And so we, no matter what, the challenge that we may have, a health challenge, a financial challenge, a relationship challenge, a business challenge, the Spirit of the living God has an answer, and we put our hope and our energy and our faith in that. And we begin to see the results that this presence can give when we make it the activity of our awareness, our consciousness, our word, our thoughts, and our actions. Hope is with us always. 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 There's a great team here. Hope, faith, Advent, Christmas, life. Well, this time we bless those who have blessed us with their gifts and their offerings, knowing that their gifts and offerings are coming from a heart space, a love space. And love springs eternal and is more powerful than anything else. And so they're not only supporting our community to provide a place for those looking to grow, develop, unfold spiritually, but they're also enhancing their own power of the love of God, because whatever you give out, we keep. And they give with love, and so we receive it with love, and they keep that love as well with their own life. We also give and bless those who have left their prayers in the prayer box today or throughout the week, recognizing there are always bumps in the road in life. But behind those bumps, there's some unfolding good. There is an opportunity to see how we can find the good. For this is the nature of God, and this is seeking what to be expressed and showered upon us. We just need to direct ourselves, look for the good, look for the good, look for the good, speak that, and we begin to realize it in our life. So we affirm that good for those who have those prayers, knowing that, yes, we have challenges, we have problems, we have difficulties, but they are nothing compared to the power and the presence and the love of God. And so we affirm this truth, we live this truth, for we are this truth. And we say so in the name and the nature of the Spirit of the living God. Amen. Amen. Well, at this time, let us affirm our prayer for protection as we go forth today. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. I am, and all is well. Let's sing our peace song. With me.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, God as creator, family all are we.
Family all are we.
Let us walk with each other in perfect let it begin with me. Let this be the moment now.
Let this be the moment
with every step I take. Let this be my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally.
Peace and blessings. Hang around for a little post-service music and focus on that hope and faith.
Thank